Welcome, musicians. So today we will take a look at the key of B major, and specifically we will take a look at the Do, Re, Mi, the first three notes of B major, the tonic, the supertonic, and the mediant. So here they are. So this is what they look like: treble clef, bass clef. B major, the key signature, has 5 sharps. The sharps are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. So 5 sharps. If you remember the order of sharps, it's F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. So those are the order of sharps, and we're only taking the first 5. F, C, G, D, and A. Okay. And we will also take a look at a new time signature today. So first let's take a look at the 3 notes, Do, Re, Mi. So once again, Do, Re, Mi is always whole steps apart. So between Do and Re, between B and C sharp, that's a whole step. Between C sharp and D sharp, that's a whole step. And between Do and Mi is always a what? A major third. And an inversion of a major third is a minor sixth. Mi, Do, Do, Mi, major third, Mi, Do, inversion, Do, Re, Do, Re. So that's the major second. Re, Do, the minor seventh. And then Re, Mi, major second. Re, sorry, Mi, Re. That's another minor seventh. So 2 minor sevenths and a minor sixth. Sorry, major third, minor sixth. 2 major seconds and 2 minor sevenths. So those are minor sevenths. Those are the major seconds. This is the major third, and this is the minor sixth. And of course you have the octaves. Do, Do, Re, Re, Mi, Mi. Okay, so now you know the intervals, which are basically the same as an F sharp major. We talked about the Do, Re, Mi in F sharp major. And we talked about the Do, Re, Mi in C major. Same intervals, right? 2 whole steps. And then minor sevenths in between. So from here. And a major third, minor sixth. Yeah. And the same thing in C major. Major second, minor seventh, major second, minor seventh, Do, Re, Do, Re, Mi, Re. And of course you have Do, Mi, Do, the minor sixth. And same thing in B major. 2 whole steps. Remember where that minor sixth is? Mi, Do. And if you like to think of B major this way, B major is exactly a half step below C major. So if C major has 0 sharps or flats, then you think of C major and moving everything down by half a step. So if you move C down half a step, it becomes B. If you move D down half a step, it becomes C sharp, right? If you move E, the third note of C major, down half a step is going to be D sharp. If you move F, the fourth note of the C major scale, down half a step, it becomes this, Fa, right? So effectively the B major scale is everything half a step lower than the C major scale. And it's played exactly like the F sharp major, where you have the 3 fingers on these 3 black notes. But today we're only going to take a look at the three notes. But we will take a look at some rhythmic concepts today as well. So you should see an exercise in front of you right now. You can see Do, Re, Mi in B major. So once again, take a look at the key signature. You have 5 sharps, which are F sharp, C sharp, D sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. And when you look at the time signature, it's different. Before we did 4/4 time and we did 3/4 time, but now we have 6/8 time. So why aren't we just doing 3/4 time? Because essentially if you divide 6 by 2 it becomes 3, and if you divide 8 by 2 it becomes 4, right? Why not 3/4 time? Well, there is a little reason for this. Okay, and you will see elements of 3/4 in this exercise. In fact, if you take a look at measure 7, you see 3 quarter notes, just like in 3/4 time, but the time signature is 6/8, right? So the difference is simple. Do you see the way in which the notes are beamed in this exercise? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So you have 2 beats per measure, 2 large beats per measure. That's what it feels like. Even though there are 6/8 notes per measure, just like in the time signature, you really see it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when you move to measure 7, so let me just clap measures 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So do you see the difference between 6/8 and 3/4? It's the same difference as simple triple and compound duple. There we go. Because simple triple is just like the 3/4 time in measure 7 that you see, but it's a different meter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have the 6/8 notes that are in the measure divided into 3 groups. And the equivalent of a quarter note is 2/8 notes. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. And in the other bars, like bar 6 for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which are compound duple. So remember the meter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the main beats are on beat 1 and 4, the first and the fourth eighth note of the measure, out of 6. And in measure 7, you have 1, 3, and 5 are your main beats. That in music is called the hemiola, where you have the difference between simple triple and compound duple meters. And bars 6 and 7 exemplify a hemiola in music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's essentially it. I mean, there isn't anything else to talk about it. So maybe we should practice it a little bit. So the music itself is pretty simple. You have do, re, mi, re, 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 mi, re, do, re, mi, re, do, mi, re, do, re, re, mi, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, re, do, mi, re, do. And let's take a look at the last 2 bars as well, because these are also a little bit tricky. You could see the 2 quarter notes that are tied together across the bar line. Effectively, both of them are one note. Think of it as one note. It's a half note, that is divided between two measures. So you don't play that note again. It's actually one note. But if you count measures 16 and 17, the last two measures, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all three notes are of equal value. Even though it looks like there are 4 notes, it's really 3, with the middle note being tied across the bar. And each of those notes take exactly 4 eighth notes, right? 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all it is. So try it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all it is. The last 2 bars. So now let's try playing these exercises from line 1. Let's just take a look at the line 1. It's do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, re, do. And then the next bar. Do, re, mi, re, do. Bar 3, it's actually the same notes, but this time taken on the left hand. Do, re, mi, re, do. Bar 4, do, re, mi, re, do. Bar 5, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. So let's do the first line with a metronome. There it is. So I'm going to change it to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first line. 6. 1. That's all it is. That's the first line. Really simple. Okay, and now let's do the next line, beginning in measure 6. So you have do, re, mi, and then switch to right hand. Mi, re, do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the hemiola. So those were bars 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 3, and 5 are your main beats. Whereas 1 and 4 were your main beats in bar 6. In bar 7, it's 1, 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same thing repeats 2 octaves below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so bar 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, re, mi, re, do, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, mi, re, do. And that's it. That's the second line. So let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For some difficult elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do, re, mi, re, do, mi, So once again, watch out for the last two measures, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, bar 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. That's all it is. It's not that difficult. You just have to realize that it's 3 half notes, and then you have to give 4 beats to each half note in the last 2 bars. And of course you have to watch out for the hemiolas that happen in bar 12 and bar 14. And maybe we should try the whole exercise. It's not that long today, but there are very important concepts covered here. And a new time signature. And 3 new notes. So let's do it, the whole exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do, re, mi, re, do, 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 do, re, mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, re, do, That's it. So that was me singing the solfa. Now, let me just count for you the whole exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and off. That's it. So that's the whole exercise. Hopefully you learned something new today. Hopefully you learned and understood the hemiola, the difference between the simple triple and the compound duple meters a little bit better. And I will see you in the next video where we will talk about the do, re, mi, and the sol, la in the key of B major. And I'll see you in that video.